Today's topic for Severe Weather Awareness Week is tornadoes. And don't forget, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, there's a statewide tornado drill. If you hear the sirens going off, that is going to be why. Now, we have surface winds when a tornado forms, but we also have some stronger upper level winds. So think about it kind of like a rolling pin on your counter. When that happens, things moving two different speeds, we get this rotating column of air. Then, of course, you have the thunderstorms developing. Well, the thunderstorms go from the ground up, right? You can see the clouds going up. That means that we have air rising, also called an updraft. So when that happens, it tilts that column, it starts swirling around, and that's when you start to notice those really scary clouds that kind of descend closer to the ground, right? That's called a wall cloud, not to be confused with a shelf cloud, but once that rotating column continues to build downward, when it makes contact with the ground, it is a tornado. If it does not, it is called a funnel cloud, but that is how a tornado forms if you didn't know. So let's talk about different strengths of a tornado. We have EF zeros, which just kind of cause light damage here or there, still need to be taken very, very seriously. But EF1s, that can lead to small trees being uprooted, broken windows, significant roof damage. Now EF2s, like what we had in Marshall and Grand Blanc just a couple of weeks ago, that causes significant damage. And then you can see over toward the EF3, that's when most standing objects are toppled, vehicles blown around, some bark can be ripped off trees, and your home takes significant damage. Then of course we have the EF4s and EF5s, which are very uncommon in Michigan. They have happened before, but they typically only happen every several decades or so. So tornado safety, where should you go in your home? Obviously, if you have a mobile home, you want to leave and go find a sturdier shelter, but the best place to be is somewhere without a lot of windows. That can be an interior hallway, a closet, a bathroom with hardly any windows, but obviously the best place to be in any case of a tornado is going to be in the basement. And again, just avoid flying objects, things like that. Now, I do want to point out, we talked about watches and warnings yesterday, but there is something called a tornado emergency, and that's when there is a large destructive tornado on the ground observed causing damage. They will issue that because there's a direct threat to human life. Now, when do we typically expect tornadoes? Well, obviously we had a couple in February, a little bit off the chart there in Michigan, but typically you can see our peak month is not until about June, but really severe weather can happen anytime, including tornadoes all summer long until we start to cool off in the fall. So definitely make sure you have a safe place to go, have a plan ready for you and your family, and of course be ready for that statewide tornado drill Wednesday at 1 in the afternoon.